Welcome back to Sports Showtime. I'm now joined in the forum by Sports Showtime reporters Hunter Hall and Alex White to talk about a trio of sports topics around the LSU sports world. Starting out on the baseball diamond, LSU has systematically destroyed their opponents so far this season, but will welcome in their first BCS conference team when Illinois visits the box this weekend. Tigers have been lights out, but Alex, do you see them getting yet another series sweep against the Illini?
I absolutely see the Tigers sweeping the inferior Illini this weekend. For goodness sake, I think Leon Landry will almost single-handedly smash the Illini to pieces. The guy has been a freak at the plate with his 5 home runs so far, and will definitely get a few more this weekend. Also, DJ LeMahieu has been a beast at the plate. I mean, the man is batting .615. .615! Also, Austin Ross with his .75 ERA, and the rest of the pitching arsenal cannot be stopped right now, especially by a pathetic Illini. This team sweeps the series this weekend, no question about it.
Well, Alex, with the way these Tigers are playing, I absolutely agree. The series should be a lock. But as I've said in the past, these Tigers have to stay focused. They know they're good, but they cannot let that get to their heads. These bats are on fire with 73 hits in the last 5 games. Then you have the pitching staff averaging over 11 strikeouts per game for the season. There's no doubt in my mind the Tigers can sweep this Illinois team, but they could slip up one game if they're not careful. If these Tigers lose one game, it's because they beat themselves.
All right, moving from the preseason pick for SEC champs to the surprise regular season SEC champions, the LSU men's basketball team had their senior night last night. Marcus Thornton, Garrett Temple, and Chris Johnson have all played their last game inside the Maravich Center. Carter Bryan was at senior night last night and takes a look at the 5 players who suited up for the last time inside the PMAC.
Senior night was yet a night to remember, yet forget, due to a tough 75-67 loss against Vanderbilt. This is LSU's first regular season SEC championship since 2006, and that is due to this year's senior class. Their group is headed by team captain Garrett Temple. Temple ranks high in numerous all-time categories, including minutes, which he is only 13 more away from breaking that mark, yet many consider him the best defender in the country. Next is bench sparks Terry Martin and Quinn Thornton. Martin has been a huge contributor in big games for the Tigers, especially from distance. Thornton, or Q, has brought another body in the paint to Baton Rouge after transferring from junior college ball. Virginia native Chris Johnson is next on my list. Second to only Shaq on the all-time blocks list, Johnson will be remembered also for his eye energy and his emphatic dunks. Last but certainly not least is Marcus Thornton. This JUCO transfer was an all-SEC performer last year and will be this year as well. Thornton ranks high among the best scorers in the history of LSU basketball. Because of this and his improvement in defense and rebounding, Thornton will be a late first-rounder in this year's upcoming NBA draft. This senior class has exceeded expectations for the season and hopefully can continue their solid play when it counts these next few months in tournament play. Reporting for Sports Showtime, I'm Carter, the Power, Brian.
All right, guys, all those players just mentioned have been crucial to the miraculous award this year. But Hunter, who can't LSU lose and have playing next season?
Well, Brian, these Tigers, you could make a case for Thornton's 20 points a game, Terry Martin coming off the bench, or Chris Johnson under the goal. But the man this LSU team is going to miss the most is Garrett Temple. Since Temple was a freshman guarding J.J. Redick in the Sweet 16, he's been a quiet leader for the Tigers. What player on this team is more respected and more looked up to than Garrett Temple? His family is everything LSU in basketball, from his father to his brother and now to him. It's his leadership and his presence. It's his voice in the locker room, and his play on the court is going to be irreplaceable.
Well, Hunter, I definitely think the Tigers are going to miss the 3-point gunner, Marcus Thornton. Thornton has always been the spark plug this team has needed to really get going, night in and night out. The Tigers are going to have a hard time finding a way to replace his nightly injection of over 20 points into the score, or his ability to lift the crowd out of their seats with his monster 3-point ability. While the other seniors have been crucial to this year's SEC title, no one has had the mojo Thornton has. This team is going to miss his fearlessness and pizzazz next season, especially in SEC play.
All right, moving to the women's side of the court, the team will look to keep their SEC winning streak alive in the SEC tournament. All right, guys, in a tournament more wide open than it has been in recent memory, how far do you see the Tigers going? Alex, you first.
Brian, I definitely see the Tigers making a run to the title game, but winning that title may be a different story. After getting through the likes of either Miss State or South Carolina, the Tigers will likely face a stiff test from the Vanderbilt Commodores. Though the Tigers lost to Vandy earlier in the season, I just have a feeling that this red-hot team will not be one and done. Hightower and Barrett have been spectacular lately with double-digit scoring nights all through the current 5-game winning streak and can get this team on the cusp of a title. However, I do see Auburn walking out of Little Rock with the title in the end.
Well, Alex, I'll agree with you on one end, but not the other. These Lady Tigers are underrated and on a 5-game win streak, with 2 of those wins coming against top 25 teams. Allison Hightower is leading this team in the right direction, and SEC Co-Freshman of the Year Lysandra Barrett has adapted well in the Van Chancellor's system. But with the exception of the last few games, these women have failed to step it up and play when it counts. I see them losing to Vanderbilt in the semifinals, but still managing a 6 or 7 seed in the tourney. However, I hope these women can prove me wrong.
All right, guys, baseball season's winding up, basketball season's winding down, but they're all hot topics. Thanks for coming in and discussing those with us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, well, it's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have our picks for Athletes of the Week. Stay tuned, you're watching Sports Showtime. Welcome back to Sports Showtime. The new Alec Box Stadium seems to be good luck for the Tigers so far this season.
Our own Tim Zimmer hit the streets to get students' opinions on the new multi-million-dollar ballpark.
It's really nice. It's a good contribution to what Skip Berman's done to the team, and just the program's a real good program. It's just a good tribute to the teams, the school, and the students.
It is phenomenal. Just the atmosphere. The first game was amazing. I got in line at 2:30, and we got there just in time to get great seats for the game and enjoy the whole atmosphere.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the game. The stadium was really nice.
It's incredible. I think it's the best college baseball atmosphere in the country, and I think that's what this university needs.
I thought it was really, really nice. It was a lot bigger than the old stadium, and but it was really similar to the old stadium too.
Inside the new Alec Box, the bats of the baseball team are red hot, and right down the road in Tiger Park, the LSU softball team is smoking hot.
So we picked 2 athletes who put a little extra heat on their hits. These are your Athletes of the Week. Our female Athlete of the Week is junior pitcher and outfielder Kirsten Shortridge. Shortridge's 3-for-3 effort against Nichols last night helped the Lady Tigers to their 8-0 victory. She also recorded 2 RBIs and scored 2 runs.
Our male Athlete of the Week is junior first baseman Sean Ochinko. Ochinko has been playing LSU Gorilla Ball all by himself as he blasted 2 grand slams in 2 days. One against the UNO Privateers on Tuesday, and the other last night against Mississippi Valley State. He has 21 RBIs so far this season. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here at LSU Sports Showtime, but you can catch the rebroadcast of this show on Tiger TV tonight at 6:30.
Or if you're off campus, you can catch us on Cox Channel 4 at 11:30 and WBTR Channel 19 at midnight. You can also check us out on the web at www.tigertv.tv.
And from all of us here at Sports Showtime, have a great day.
Into the livest game coverage around. I'm talking LSU sports, Showtime in the towns. Get the scoop on the ball and sneak peek on the track. Key in on the field when them Tigers attack. In fact, you get it back a few times a week. But it starts on Tuesday, 3rd day of the week. They're beasts when they broadcast, increase like a fall class. Critique when I speak by my squad in the quad, man. Yeah, they the stars on the quad, man. That's the TVC Tiger.